Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Rob Gosling, and welcome to another edition of Shoot from the Hip. I'd like to welcome my co-host, the lovely Miss Bernadette.
Hey, guys. That clapping must mean it's Thursday night. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, well, right to it. Tonight we've got the hardcore princess, the diva slayer, and someone that I just think is really sadistically sweet. Her name is Jules Malone.
1, 2, 3, not only you and me, got 180 degrees, and I'm caught in between, counting 1, 2, 3, Peter Pan, Mary Free, getting down with 3 P, everybody loves old heaven.
Welcome, Jules, to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks so much. How's everyone doing? Oh my God, was that all for me?
Yeah, you are the hardcore princess and the diva slayer and one half of Jumato, and yeah, you deserve it.
Oh my God, look at you guys. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to start this off. My first question, to be honest, is why the hardcore path? I mean, okay, as I said on Jesse's interview, Jesse Amato's, it's one thing for someone to want to get flipped around and bumped and hurt every day for the rest of their life. It's another for someone to want to use thumbtacks and staple guns and barbed wire tables, especially from a female's perspective. So what is it about the hardcore style that you enjoy so much?
Well, the thing that I actually like about that is that it's not only wrestling. It's something that it's an expression of my true self, because I'm not only just by the rules, not just by the book. I'm also outside the box and already hardcore. So, I just find it's like, I think it complements what I'm looking for when I like as a wrestler. It differentiates myself from the average female wrestler, and yeah, I like having a little bit more attention. I like to have a lot more people afraid of me.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I got to tell you, Jules, you got to rep amongst, your fellow workers and peers of being really stiff. Now, why do you think that is? Like, do you feel pressure? Do you feel the pressure to work stiffer because you're, technically it's still, predominantly male-dominated sport, even though there are lots of women making their mark. So why do you feel the need to work so stiff?
Well, that actually goes back to my fighting background. I used to be a Muay Thai fighter. I used to fight in the ring for about 3.5 years. I have a boxing background also, a kickboxing background. And outside of that, I was also told by a few people, if you're going to hit somebody, you hit them.
Alrighty then.
I keep separate. You know what I mean? When I'm in a wrestling ring, being a wrestler, I can't just be knocking people out all the time. I need to also beat people with wrestling moves. So I sort of lighten up on people in the ring a little bit so I can get them with my actual finishers.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's like I take it more of a compliment. People are like, oh, that's probably one of the stiffest forearms. I'm like, well, yeah, it's better than me just tapping someone and not making any impact. I want to keep things believable, and then also, yeah, me being a female, I work with a lot of guys, and in order for me to be up on people, I can't just be love tapping them.
Well, they'll sell.
Yeah, if somebody's not taking it hard, I'm not going to take it.
That's awesome. All right. Well, yeah, I could see that. I mean, okay. All right. So the next question I've got for you. I've noticed that you and your partner, Jesse, have been on a bunch of different shows together, mainly for Death Proof, but also for Smash and what have you. So my question for you is this: when God forbid an injury is to occur, does that make, like, working with your partner right there, your partner in life sort of thing, does it make it easier on you because you know what's going on, or does it make it harder on you because you know what's going on?
I'd say it's like a little bit of both. I think, it's just one of those things, you know what's going to happen, and we deal with it. And when Jesse and I first started dating, I was actually getting over my second major concussion, and he was there for me. So, you know what I mean? We're there for each other for, like, both things, and then we know, it's just part of what we got into. So we know what to expect.
Nice.
Okay, very cool. Okay, my next question. You mentioned about your very kind of fighting background. So how do you deal with, like, adapting, like, your different styles depending on, like, which promotion that you happen to be wrestling in? Like, is that a challenge for you, or do you, like, welcome that challenge?
I welcome that challenge because, like, if you look at what I've done, like, in the last year, and, like, previously, like, in the last 2 years before this one, I was mainly just doing athletic, strong style wrestling. But then, like, this last year, I've been working for WSU, CZW, IWA Mid-South. I've been at JCW. A lot of the American companies, I get to do more hardcore. But then sometimes I put into, and then also Death Proof, I do hardcore matches. But then also, because of the versatility that I have, I'm able to incorporate also wrestling, so I'm not just labeled as a hardcore wrestler, because sometimes that's frowned upon the people that don't do hardcore wrestling. So I always try to incorporate both styles, so then that keeps me a little bit different from a lot of other people. And then, sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't, but I'm happy doing it, so I like to use both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because again, I've seen you in many different matches. That's why I asked that question, because I've been one of the lucky ones who's gotten to see you do a lot of what you do in that ring. And it's been interesting to watch you adapt, because I watched you at Death Proof, I watched you at Smash, I watched you at Squared Circle, and it's different crowds and it's different opponents, and so there's different components that it makes it interesting to watch each of the different parts come together and see how everybody handles all that. And that's why I asked that question, because I've actually spoken to other people who have kind of done a bunch of different things, and wanted to get your take on it, being a woman in the business. And, yeah. All right.
I find it's a lot more, if you look at it, there's not very many women in Canada that do hardcore. So I find that I'm able to do a lot more hardcore and death matches in the U.S. And I find that a lot of the women that are on those shows, and the men that I work, they also do both. So I find that adds to the quality of the matches instead of it just being regular wrestling. But don't get me wrong, I still love doing just regular wrestling matches, but then now if you look at, like, my regular wrestling matches, they're a lot more hard-hitting than, let's just say, 2 or 3 years ago when I first started.
Right, absolutely. Now, I'm going to ask the same question to you that I asked Jesse really quickly. Okay, everybody always wants to ask that question, who's your favorite person to be in the ring with? So I'm actually going to flip that around and say, who would you prefer not to be in the ring with? Again, maybe they're gear stunts, maybe there just wasn't chemistry between you guys, maybe you just weren't feeling it, whatever the reason is. Who would you prefer not to be wrestling again?
I don't think I would single out anybody at all. I think I would more so single out the type of scenario that I've been put in. Let's see. I'm always happy to take on anybody. You know, I've been put into a situation down in the U.S. where all of a sudden there's going to be about 80 different light tubes, you know, and that wasn't expected. And then there was also 12 other men in the ring and then myself. So that became extremely dangerous. So I don't like being put into situations like that at all because I ended up getting scarred up permanently. I do find, I'd say stuff like that once it gets a little bit too dangerous. And then the other times, like the situation I don't like being put into is also being put in the ring with somebody that is not trained and they pretend to be trained. That is something I don't like because, well, we all know what wrestling is about. And if you are working against somebody and you're wrestling against somebody that you are terrified that you're going to, like, kill them right away, or you don't want them to even touch you, and then you have to actually go shoot on them just to protect yourself, you know. That's happened to me on a number of occasions, and that's something I don't really like either. Because it's like, what's the point of being in there for 10, 15 minutes, and then the person is like a deer in headlights, or they're just like this maniac, or like they're not even strong, you know.
Wow.
I've had one female in particular when I was down in the U.S. who couldn't even pick me up for a body slam, and she was trying to. She had no muscle, no nothing. She was soft as like a freaking kitten, and trying to blame me for that. Like, you know what I mean? There's like different levels. I'd say like the different personalities. There's certain or lack thereof skill of wrestling, and then in these situations, I think. They're the ones that I would like to avoid at all costs.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, here's Rob again.
Hi. Okay, so my next question for you then, because I know we discussed this on Facebook. I don't know when the next PWA show is. I know you're taking on Alexia. Is there a message you might want to give to little Miss Gabrielle there? Because she cheated to win, so I thought you might want to say something about that.
Well, see, I don't think Alexia is the champ, so there's really nothing there. I think it's Gabriella. I don't think she's wrestled in over a year and a half or two. So I don't even know how she lost the title. But yeah, when it comes, I think it's January 24th, I'll be wrestling Alexia. And, you know, she's a good kid. We both come from Squared Circle. This would be our first time ever facing each other in the ring. And, you know, I personally haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be naughty or nice in the ring. But I do have a lot of respect for her, so maybe I'll allow it to be a little bit more competitive, though she pisses me off, then it's game over.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, here's Bernie again, because I know she's got something coming up here.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to do, it's called First Impressions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to name, some wrestlers, some personalities, what have you. They are going to be wrestlers. I'm going to say that right now. Women wrestlers, and what your first thoughts were. Maybe you got to meet them, maybe just the first time that you saw them on TV, whatever memory you have of them that you want to share, by all means, hit me with it. So first and foremost on the list is one of my personal favorites of all time, sensational Queen Sherry Martel.
Oh, I love her. I would say she's like epic. And she was probably one of the first people she was like the first female wrestler or personality I've seen on TV when I was little, growing up watching wrestling. So she's okay in my book.
Yeah, she is the reason why I'm so obnoxiously loud at ringside. So she's exactly who I wanted to be. I wanted to be that crazy chick at ringside. I saw her and I'm like, I love this lady. in the AWA. She was amazing. I was like, damn. One that maybe not a lot of people have heard of, and I don't even know, I don't know how much research you've done, but Jake the Snake Roberts' half-sister there, Rockin' Robin.
I didn't know that was his sister. Huh.
Okay, I'm gonna switch you up to someone that I know for a fact you know.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Trish Stratus.
She is also, honestly, well, she's earned her elite role and her elite image in wrestling, because look at everything she did. And she was actually, when I was first getting into the business, she was the person I was like, oh, damn. Like, she sort of like put like a completely different face to an image to female wrestling. And she wasn't just looks, she also had skill. And so she was one of the people also that was a very big influence on me getting into wrestling.
Nice. Maybe you knew her as Medusa like I did, or maybe you knew her as Alondra Blaze.
Alondra Blaze, she was actually, I didn't get to see too much of her, but she was also a really strong woman, really strong wrestler, and too bad I didn't get to see enough of her, because each time I did see her, you know, she always left a lasting impression on me.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, her matches with Sherry, by the way, in the AWA, you might want to look that shit up. I'm just saying. And now we're going to go from a lot of the louder personalities to one of the more quiet ones, the lovely Elizabeth.
Oh, my God, she was also another one. You know, she had a very distinct image also. She was beautiful. She brought a very huge level of elegance when it came to wrestling. Instead of it just being about the men, it was also, you know, just being like a little girl watching her. I was just like, oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, you know, watching her going from, like, WWF to WCW, and, like, just for, like, the rest of her career, like, you know, she had a lot of many different faces, but at the end of the day, she always had that, like, level of beauty and grace to her, you know?
Yes. And actually, I'm going to end this segment with, well, the longest reigning women's champ of all time, the wonderful, fabulous Lula.
Oh, my God. I always thought she was so cool. Actually, funny story is, one of, like, the only few memories I have of my dad is, like, we were sitting at my grandparents' house, him and my Uncle Elvino, and she was on TV. And I remember my dad and my uncle asked me, like, so are you going to be one of those girls on TV like her, right? And I was so shy because everybody was sort of looking at me because they knew I loved wrestling so much. And I was like, no, like hiding in my little, like, dress or whatever, like on the couch. And I was just like, yes, I totally want to be like her, you know?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know that we've got some callers in the queue, so I'm going to hand it over to Robin, our producer, to let the callers have at you.
Oh, yay.
Just before we do that, I'd like to remind everybody that the number is 1-559-726-1300, access code 7420021#. Okay, so if anyone out there that has a question for Jules, please, by all means, call in now. Okay, EL.CIBERNETICO. Can we get our first caller, please?
Sure thing. We got a caller from 804.
Hello, boys and girls, and Rob. Be thankful I'm not drunk tonight. That's all I gotta say. And hello to the female wrestler who is joining Rob and Bernadette tonight.
Hi.
Hello. Now, my question is this: I don't watch hardcore wrestling or any hardcore matches. So what is the one match that you personally that you like that was not under hardcore rules?
One person like that I've done?
Yes, that you've done, but it cannot be a hardcore match. It has to be a normal one-on-one.
So take your pick between Square Circle, Smash, PWA, Eclipse, C4.
C4, WSU, Conflict, PWA, CCW. Gosh.
That's what I mean. So what's the one? So pick a match that you thoroughly enjoyed wrestling against that particular opponent.
Oh wow. Let's see. I would say I actually had a really fun match when I was at Femme Fatale against this girl named Serpentina. Let's see. Yeah, that was probably I had a lot of fun with that one because this girl was about 6'1", and so it was a huge challenge for me because obviously I have to win, and I have to out wrestle her. And so yeah, it was just one of those matches where we just kept going. It was nonstop. It was quite even, and then at the end of the match, she ended up getting a little sneak attack on me at the end, and she ended up putting her pet snake on top of me. That was fun, and what the crowd didn't realize is that I'm not really scared of snakes, so I tricked them. So while the snake was crawling at me, and I woke up, I see the snake in my face, and I thought it would be a really good joke for me just to freak out and then try to push the ref on the snake, but I was really not that scared of it. But that was a really fun match. I also had another really good match against Beta Scott. That was at Smash for the Canusa Classic this year. Even though I didn't win, but wrestling against someone like Beta Scott, that taught me a hell of a lot, you know what I mean? She was really good with her transitioning, and that was another one of my favorites, too, I would say, recently.
Okay. I do have two more questions, if that's all right for everybody.
Sure.
Don't want to step on anybody's toes here. I do live in the United States. I'm not Canadian. Sorry, Rob, I had to do it. Now, I noticed when I was looking you up, because I'm honest, I don't know you that quite well, so I apologize. I noticed one of your nicknames was Princess Peach. Please tell me that's because you like playing the Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, when I was a child, I used to play Super Mario Brothers. But when I first started in wrestling, before I even actually just went by Jules Malone, I also had, I used to do anime shows, and I would dress up as Princess Peach. And then I just started doing matches, and there's maybe about 2 or 3 matches where I dressed up as Princess Peach. Not sure that comes from.
I have to look up those matches now.
If you go on YouTube, there's probably about 30 matches of me on YouTube if you look up Jules Malone.
All right, I would definitely do that. And my third and last question is this. When you're not training or in a match, when you get a day off, what do you like to do to kick back and relax and just say, I'm glad I have my day off?
Honestly, I like to... Okay, when I'm not wrestling, I'm working at my office job. So that keeps me very, very, very busy. But then if I'm not doing that either, I'm just at home. I'm relaxing. I'm watching horror movies. I'm playing video games. I'm hanging out with my cat and also chilling with my friends and spending time with Jesse.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doug.
Oh, no, I was saying Jesse. I know I remember that name from somewhere. Didn't you do a show with him a few weeks ago?
That's right. 2 weeks ago we did we did our show with her other half, Jesse Mano.
Ah. Okay, that makes sense. I remember that name. Okay, carry on.
That was it.
All right. Al, our next caller?
We got a caller from the 918. Go ahead.
Hi, Jules. My name is Andrew, and I'm from Oklahoma.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, so who did you idolize growing up? Diva or wrestler?
Okay, originally, because there wasn't a lot of females, I would watch a lot of the guys, and so some of my all-time favorite wrestlers are Hogan, Savage, Undertaker. Let's see, I like Stone Cold. Oh, God. Yeah, I like Stone Cold. I like The Rock. I liked, I've pretty much liked every single wrestler that I could think, like, that was, like, out there. But, like, my all-time favorites are, like, Undertaker and Stone Cold.
Good. Where's your favorite venue to wrestle?
That's a good question. Let's see. I really liked working at the Gathering this year in Ohio. That was a lot of fun because it was all juggalos, and that was quite the event there. I also liked working up in Nunavut. That was for Smash Wrestling because it's like all the way near the North Pole. I'd say that there. And then also I did a tour of Newfoundland, and it was in St. John's. There was like thousands of people there, but it was just like just the experience of being there. I'd say like that was also pretty awesome too.
That's cool. I'm hoping to visit Rob and Bernie this summer, so maybe I can catch you when I meet you.
You're from Oklahoma, you said?
Yes. Yeah. Do you ever wrestle out here this way?
Let's see. I'm going to New Jersey. Or not New Jersey. I'm wrestling in Las Vegas in February. I don't know how close that is.
I'm up above Texas. So.
Oh, okay. I am planning on going down to Texas probably summertime in next year.
That's when I'm coming up there, though. I'm coming up there because I met Rob, and Rob showed me the picture of you stapling the other girl's, I don't know how to say the word, the other girl's private part.
Yeah, was that the second time I got her?
And let me tell you something. As a man, that made me, Jules, you're the goddess. Whatever you do, I'll do. Whatever you say, I'll do.
Well, no, the funny thing is that I've actually stapled that girl's vagina twice. The first time, it was the one and only Mickey Knuckles. She's one of my favorite opponents. I stapled her once in January, and then I stapled her again, but then I lit the American dollar bill on fire. So I don't know which picture.
Yeah, that's Jules. That's our hardcore princess.
Rob, like
I said, it's one thing to be thrown around for a living. It's another to go, I want to staple her cooch together.
But Rob, it's like Jeff Jarrett said, don't piss her off. So have fun at your shows, Rob.
That's right. Jules, like I said, they'll sell for Jules. She makes sure of it.
Yeah, I'll make sure that staples in nice and deep.
Well, I mean, this is it. But I mean, again, we're talking about the same girl who took a power bomb into thumbtacks. Who does that? Or the power bomb at one of the last ones there at the Death Proof tournament. A power bomb off the stage onto a concrete floor through a barbed wire table.
That sucks.
Pardon?
I said that hurt.
That one hurt? I'm imagining it did.
God,
Mick
there was
Foley much?
Pardon?
Bernie said Mick Foley much?
Yeah, seriously. Actually, it was pretty funny. I was at the Queen of the Deathmatch tournament this summer, and I was put in a match with her name's Thunder Kitty, and we did a barbed wire dog collar match. And that had left me with so many marks. It was really bad. But it was actually a really fun match. It was about 100 degrees outside. And, it was like about 15 minutes of us killing each other with a dog collar with barbed wire on it. That sucked too.
Damn. Oh, man. I don't even know what to say. All right. Do you have any other questions, Andrew, or is that it? Is Andrew still on the line?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in then. I really do appreciate it. So, Jules, now we're going to go, it's kind of the same thing as the first impressions that Bernie was doing, only, you know, a word association, a phrase, you know, if you anything you want to say about them. But these are people that not only do I know for a fact you know, but you've worked with these people. So, the first one I've got for you is Leah Von Dutch.
Oh, do you want me to say a word about her?
A word, a phrase, just something about her, or your feelings about her as a worker or as a person or whatever.
She's a traveler and gets around, and I mean that in a nice way. I'm proud of her.
Okay. Vanessa Craven.
Tough as fuck.
I believe that.
She looks it.
They don't call her the mountain for nothing.
Yeah, they don't call her the mountain for nothing, right?
We're having her in the new year.
Yeah, we're going to be having her on in the new year as well. Zandra Bale.
Zandra Bale?
Yeah.
God, I would say talented and a sweetheart.
Nice. Lufisto.
Lufisto? Strong and an inspiration and a role model.
That I believe.
Now, how often do you, like, I'm guessing, like, whenever you see her or whatever, I'm guessing that's someone that you go to for some critiques or I don't know if you think there's improvement that's needed somewhere or just, you know, different aspects to different types of matches, that type of thing?
Oh, yeah, like, ever since I met her, like, years ago, I've always gone to her about stuff. And I see her every 2 months when we're in New Jersey for the WSU CZW shows. And then, yeah, I'll see her for, like, Death Proof and Smash. And, you know, I get to see her. And then I'm planning on doing some training with her at the beginning of next year.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I think we all of us fans love her. Anyone who's taken the time and seen her in the ring, and just she is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the last one I've got for you is Kimberbomb, the two of them.
Oh my God! Despite the fact that they're on the U.S. side when it came to Smash, I've done a lot of work with them in the U.S. And, like, I've gotten to know both of them on, like, a personal level, just spending time with them at shows. And then, you know, I've shared, like, hotels and stuff like that with them, too. And honestly, like, them personally, they're, like, both beautiful, amazing girls. And then also in the ring, like, them together, they're fucking amazing. I love them.
We always find it hard with Carrie's scream.
It's honestly, it's like that's how you know she's around. You'll hear that scream and you're like, oh yeah.
It's like, man, that chick. I mean, she doesn't have a normal scream. She's got this high pitch. I don't know what going on.
But you know what?
There's something to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So, Jules, I guess it's that time of the show where, if you can, tell us what's coming up for you. Where are you going to be at? What shows are coming up for you? Where you're booked? That type of thing. Because I do know that you do get down to the States quite often.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, actually, I'll be at the Death Proof show in January.
That's in Torino.
Yep, I will be there. Let's see, there's also PWA I'll be working, Alexia. I also have Conflict Wrestling coming up in February. I'll be making my debut to Kraken Wrestling in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be doing a show there. I'm also making a debut in Winnipeg, Manitoba at the end of January also. I've just been challenged yesterday by Ricky James. He's a guy that I worked in CCW this year. Jay McDonald gave me a kendo stick, and I beat the crap out of this guy for 12 minutes. And I also won an award with CCW for giving him just the best beatdown. And because I wasn't able to make it to the awards, Ricky James decided to take my award and then challenge me, and Jay put this little stipulation in. If I want that award, I got to beat the crap out of Ricky James in a tables match. So I accepted that challenge. And then just at the ante, I'm going to make it a 2 out of 3 tables match just so I can put him through all 3 to get my award back. So that's going to be coming up. And I usually do a lot of shows with them. Let's see. Also, I'll be down in New Jersey for WSU again and New England Female. And I'm pretty sure I'll be up for Smash coming up too. And let's see, Winnipeg, Kraken, there. Oh, and then May 22nd I'll be in Ohio. And then I also have a tour coming up in mid-June. And then that's all I have so far. I'm a little bit busy. Yeah, that's pretty much it so far.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've been busy little beauty. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to do a little housekeeping here right now. Anybody who wants to follow us all on Twitter, you can follow RWS Media at RWS Media. You can follow Rob at Twitch80. You can follow me at Gemini Diva 75. And, of course, our beautiful guest, you can find her at Jules Malone, JEWELLS Malone. And in terms of our Facebook pages, you can actually join Jules' Facebook page. It's facebook.com/groups, and it says Fans of Jules Malone. You can also follow the RWS Media Group fan page right there, facebook.com/group RWS Media. You can go and join our Brawl page. Go to facebook.com/groups RGW Brawl. You can follow and add Rob as a friend, Rob Gosling, or myself, Bernadette Johnstone. Now, in terms of all the other stuff that we have coming up for the week, Rob's going to talk to you about that.
That's right. Okay, so for the rest of the shows under the RWF banner, on Monday nights, we've got Rampage, hosted by El.CIBERNETICO. On Tuesdays, we've got Face Off, where we pair up today's wrestlers with, yesteryear's wrestlers and see who you fans decide is going to win those matches. That's on at 10 p.m. Rampage is on right after Raw. Face Off is on at 10 p.m. on Tuesday nights, hosted by T-Sean and El.CIBERNETICO. Again, Thursdays is us. Next week, we've got John Greed coming up. So at 9 p.m., it's going to be a good show. We're going to be talking to him about how he became a member of the Overdogs and, what his experiences are in Death Proof and things like that as well. And then on Friday nights, we've got Revolutionary Honors, hosted by the one and only Doug Barrett and the Ghost of Test, Andrew. So that's about it for the evening. I want to thank everyone so much for calling in. I want to thank Jules for agreeing to do this show again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. It was awesome. I love talking to you guys.
And we love talking to you. Anyway, everyone have a great night. Thank you so much.